Hello everyone and welcome to this newsletter of October 14. In the last 2 weeks, we've been able to welcome students back on site, albeit some in a part-time arrangement. And this has been a great joy to staff and of course to the students. It's also terrific that we can begin to plan with some measure of confidence for a 2022 school year that looks very much like pre-2020. We have a really robust COVID-safe plan in place for on-site schooling, and we take every practicable measure to ensure the safety of everyone on site. And this is by emphasising mask wearing, hand hygiene, social distancing, and ventilation of spaces, along with insisting that anyone with symptoms is tested and remains at home. But the single most important factor in keeping us all safe is having most people in our community vaccinated. As you're no doubt aware, vaccination is now mandatory for all adults on school sites, and vaccination is also available to all of our current students. As part of our commitment to the safety of everyone on site, we strongly encourage all students to be vaccinated. This is based on the advice of health authorities and overwhelming evidence of the individual and community benefits to vaccination. We also know there are some members of the college community who hold very strong anti-vaccination views, and a number of those people have been in contact with me. And of course, we respect this. We also know that there are some families who have concerns about sending their child to school when not everybody is vaccinated. And we also understand this position. We'll continue to support the right of every student and family to be educated at St Joseph's. And while encouraging vaccination for all, we'll continue to respect the views of those with different views and their right to hold them. This is the final week of classes for our Year 12 students. And I think it's important that we acknowledge our Year 12 group for the way that they've persevered through the most difficult of times in their last 2 years. We really shouldn't underestimate their achievement in completing Year 12 while learning new ways to learn, coping with the death of friends, dealing with the uncertainty of multiple lockdowns and rescheduled assessments, and the disappointment and cancellation or modification of many rite of passage events. This week, we're limited in the formal ways we can acknowledge and celebrate with our Year 12s, but we'll do what we're permitted to, and we remain cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to hold a really significant graduation event after the final VCE exam. The families of Year 12 students have been provided with detail of these events. There have also been some adjustments to the assessment and reporting timeline for Years 7 to 11, including an adjustment to exam dates and a one-off shortening of our normal 2-week Head Start program. These changes are communicated elsewhere in this newsletter. And finally, last year, St Joseph's was reviewed by the Victorian Registration and Qualifications Authority, with a particular focus on our child safety policy and practice. The review report was really positive and affirming, which is reflective of the excellent work of Mark Kennedy and the child safety team and the commitment of all of our staff. A follow-up review or audit really will be held this term, involving a panel meeting with random sample of staff, parents and students. This process is part of an agreement between the VRQA and Edmund Rice Education Australia, and will be also occurring in all other Victorian VREA schools. Stay well and God bless.